Yeah, dude, I should be getting tax return in
Oh yeah,
3 days time. So that means lighting.
News from bed upgrade imminent.
And a little background action there.
Holy shit! You guys don't even know what you're in for.
I know. Should we
bronies?
Should we start the show?
I'm ready when you are.
Do I
you
stink?
Just hit the.
Can you smell me?
No, you just hit the audio thing just for me.
That was just, that was just to like test it out.
Sure. Hey, welcome to News from Bed, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting with me here today is your host and your man of the hour, News from Bed, the man of the pillow, Patty DeFino.
Hey, happy to be here. I just ordered myself a suit. Turns out I tried that suit I had on the last wedding, put that on, didn't fit at all. So while I'm losing weight, I still haven't gotten back to previous wedding weight.
Right.
So
yeah, suit is pretty tailored. You got to make sure you're in the right weight zone to fit into that bad boy.
It's like the shell of a snail, you know?
Yeah, you're like the hermit crab of podcasting.
Exactly. I'm just trying to find a new partner.
Who's going to be sitting next to you?
It would be funny if we kept having to get bigger and bigger beds.
Oh, yeah, because we get fatter and fatter. I saw the fattest man I've ever seen in my life today. He was about the size of a barn door. He was as wide as he is tall. He was sitting in a Rover chair, one of those electric scooters, but he BYOB'd. He brought his own chair. And he was
Rover Suede chair?
Yeah, he was a Rover Suede chair. He should have been aborted. That's when you would hit it,
Yeah,
in like a traditional sense. Don't hit it now because it's too late.
Too late.
Do you have different socks for every single episode?
I've now been recycling. This is like the second time through.
On the coffee sock?
On the coffee sock.
It's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Coffee sock.
It's an awfully hot coffee sock. Should I pour it on Donald Trump's head? You know Eminem? He did that like freestyle. Did we talk about that here? No.
I don't know.
It's an awfully hot coffee sock. Should Patty get in the bed or not?
It would be funny if instead of doing the weight loss challenge,
we tried to get really good at freestyle rap.
That would be funny. And as soon as the ruling is we have 6 weeks to come up with a word that rhymes with orange.
Door hinge.
Yeah, that's always the classic one.
I came up with a word that rhymes with orange, and then I forgot it. I was like, oh, it rhymes with orange, actually. And then I forgot what it was.
Implorange?
No, it's not that.
Dorange the Explorange?
Mm-hmm. That was literally it, dude. It was literally Dora the Explorange. It was Door Hinge, the Explore Hinge.
Yeah. But instead of losing weight, we just trick the audience by getting bigger and bigger beds. It looks like we're getting
look
tiny.
Smaller and smaller. It's like that. What is that? Like Raggedy Ann and the Great Big Bed or whatever. Remember that old show? She's like a big old. She's like a doll, and she's like in a giant chair, and she looks small, but the chair's just big. It's an old kids show from the early 90s, late 90s.
Is that
2000s.
Does that have any ties to the big comfy couch?
That's who I'm talking about.
That is the show?
Yeah. It's like Raggedy Ann and the Big Comfy Couch or something.
Oh yeah, I remember she would do that clock thing.
Oh yeah, I would get
at the beginning, and I'm like, why am I an erect child?
My penis is weird.
It's that she was like something. Should we Google her? We never do Googles on
Google
this show.
Raggedy Ann in the Great Big Comfy Chair.
I don't think it's Raggedy Ann.
I think you should.
I think Raggedy Ann is a character.
I think if you're wrong, you should suck me off from tip to bristle.
Big comfy couch.
What's her name? What's her name?
Well, okay. All right.
What's her name?
Let's go to cast here. I can't even see anything.
What's her name?
Is this the let's go to IMDb for I am dat bitch.
No, her name is like Lumi.
Is this the main character?
Yeah. Lunette.
All
right, fuck myself then.
All right.
I guess I'm not getting sucked
I know what you're talking
week.
about, though, because Raggedy Ann is like...
a girl you had sex with in college?
Yeah. But it was Shaggedy Ann for me.
Hey, baby, let me shag you. Hey, spy who ragged me. Don't Google Big Comfy Couch Raggedy Ann.
Why not?
Raggedy Ann, it just looks like that bitch. Debbie.
But yeah, she's got
Damn,
got this little
every
doll.
woman I've ever had sex with looks exactly like that woman.
Dude. That's kind of like a wife head,
For
you
sure,
know?
for sure. That looks like an artist's caricature rendition of our friend Rachel Darvin.
It does look like Rachel Darvin.
Who's our little friend?
Wait. Not only does they both look like Rachel Darvis. It looks like Rachel Darvis as like a me, you know?
Yeah.
The
the artist rendition of Rachel
Darvis, yeah, coming to life. Like,
yeah.
this is Rachel Darvis and like her if she was turned into a doll.
Rachel Darf is and Rachel Darf was. Yeah, hesitate on that button, dude.
I can't remember which is which, and I want to use the correct one at all times.
Uncle Laser is my friend.
But yeah, this was like
My sexual
was
awakening.
hot,
Yeah, she would be like, "It's 4:00. Look at my pussy and my asshole at the same time." You know that subreddit? You ever heard of it? It's like girls that do this. Don't look at my crotch. It's girls who do this. It's like pussy, asshole, and soles of your feet at the same time. It's like they want to see your face, your asshole, your pussy, and the bottoms of your feet at the same time.
The Holy Trinity.
Yeah, it sounds like a News from Bed fans request.
It
sounds
does
like
sound
one
like
of
a
our
news.
comments. Can you guys do the podcast? We actually do. You can see our whole taint.
What is it called? That's the FAP, the feet ass pussy.
Yeah, it's like something like that.
Yeah.
It's FFAP, FFAP,
FAP. Feet.
PAF,
Female feet ass pussy. What is the second F for?
foot, face, ass.
Oh,
pussy.
the face has got to be in there.
Yeah, they want to see your face.
Like at that point, why? You know,
Right.
like why?
You were like inventing things to jerk off to instead of jerking off to God's natural beauty that He invented.
It's like rude to the face to include it in that party.
Yeah, the face should never be pictured with the asshole. in my
No.
opinion. That's why doggy style porn. She's facing away. You don't want to see her beautiful mouth.
No, you just want to see the.
I want to see where the food
gifts.
exits, not where the food enters. You know,
Exactly.
I'm a food-based jerk offer.
I need to see the. I'm more of a.
I'm the king of jerking off.
Yeah. How many times? What's your like record
My
for
record for a day?
for a day?
3.
That's
I
it.
can't go over 3.
Even when you were a young, small child.
Yeah, I get chapped up. I'm like, oh, my dick hurts.
It does like get hurty.
Yeah. As a young man, I was a dry jerker, though. I don't use like olive oil or like moisturizer as a
No.
child. Now I've understood the concept of like.
Now you
using
use
something.
lotion.
Now, I mean, I jerk off much less because I don't watch porn, but you know, unless I'm like incentivized to do so. I don't know why. That's a weird way to put it, but like unless I like want to jerk off.
Unless you're getting paid.
Yeah, unless I'm getting paid on the Patreon. Yeah, News from Bed Patreon. James jerks his cock off.
Yeah, James has been jerking off every single week on the Patreon. And like,
if you're
this
not
is if you're not subscribed, it's insane that you like keep asking him to do this.
Yeah, watch me blow ropes right onto Patty's nice camera. Blowing semen on the Lumix.
Yeah. I had to Google some
Pluming
things.
Flumix on my Lumix.
Which one of these is slideshow? Is that slideshow? No, this is slideshow. I'm just getting this ready.
Sure.
Yeah, so my family is out of town. Big weigh-in. We have a weigh-in this week, so we're going to include that at the end of the episode.
We have Marlon Wayans this week.
That's right. I feel like I've lost like 600 pounds.
Yeah, I can't believe actually Patty Dudd, when I saw him, and I haven't seen you in maybe like 5 days at this point, you do look significantly different than you did last
It's
time.
like- I think it's also my hair
Yeah,
too.
your hair
I
is
got
different.
I got a gay haircut.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
did.
got a haircut from a gay man.
Got a gay man's
Inherently
haircut.
makes your hair gay.
And he put a shampoo. He did like the whole thing.
The whole 9 yards.
He had like his own, fun with
Really?
And he
He
was,
was like making you look like Jimmy Neutron. He's like, I'm just playing. He's
I'm
like,
just
"Weep."
playing. Yeah, he he did he did do the thing where he was like he's like, I'm gonna give you, I was like, I want a 3 on the back and the sides. He's like, I'm gonna give you a 3 tapered down to a 1. And I was like, that's fine. Like, more about hair.
He's like, I'm going to give you the haircut of a college basketball player. I'm going to give you a light-skinned brother's haircut right now. Anytime they say taper to me, I feel like I should go join the Black Panther Party.
I know.
Don't give me a
dude.
taper. Don't give me a fade. I love how white folks call it a taper and black people are like, we just call that shit a fade. That's the sound it makes when I see a black person.
But like, so he does that, and then he leaves the top as long as it was, which was pretty long.
Yeah.
And he goes, done. And I was just like, ha ha ha. And he's like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
And every time I laughed, he would like
Cut more.
He would get so he just like, he kept saying like we were getting married, me and him were getting married.
Oh, okay. Well, he's getting you ready for your own wedding.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, this is a big haircut because I don't get a haircut very often. He's like, oh my God, it's like your wedding. And I was like,
right.
Yeah. And he's like, and it's us getting married. I'm like, you can whatever gets you to cut my hair.
Right.
Gay guy.
Gay guy.
And then
Gay Marshall. That's his name. He's the Marshall of being gay.
He was telling me about how he took like 1,000 milligrams of weed.
Like in an edible?
Yeah, and he's like,
God.
I couldn't even get up from the couch.
Well, that's a lot. I've
It's
taken
a
like
lot.
150 milligrams of weed and been like incapacitated. How are you taking 1,000?
And the whole time he's like pressing his dick against my shoulder.
Yeah, they love doing
They
that.
just, it's insane. And I'm like squirming. You're under the thing, so your arms, like I'm moving my arms around in there, like I'm a child getting ready for birth.
Right,
you know,
right. I got a haircut today too. I got a
you
haircut
did?
at Sports Clips. I've been a Sports Clips regular now because I don't want to pay for like the independent scene. I like a more of a mainstream haircut.
Yeah.
So I went to Sports Clips and this woman was cutting my hair and she had a bucket hat on. Bad sign. If your barber's wearing a hat, bad sign.
That is a bad sign.
Let me say though, a bald barber. I used to have this guy. His name was Duke in Bushwick when we lived in New York. He cut my hair better than anyone else has ever cut my hair.
I believe
Bald
it.
barber. That's
You know what
I
it is?
said.
It's because they look at your head and they see like their past life, like
Right.
memories past,
Right.
and they're like, if I could have this chance
This
again,
is what I would do.
this is what I would
It's like
do.
the Sistine Chapel to that guy.
It is. It's
oh
like
my God,
how
God's beauty
right.
has not yet been destroyed by the Ottoman Empire.
It's like that's why Mozart was so good at music because he couldn't even fucking hear the keys
Exactly,
he was touching.
exactly. Absolutely. Dude. Yeah, no, I got a haircut today. This woman was wearing a bucket hat and she was like, are you doing anything for Easter? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to see my family. And she's like, yeah, me and my family, we don't really do much, but like, she's like, everyone comes in before holidays to get their haircut and like, you know, they want to look their best. Me and my family wear like ugly outfits. And I was like, oh yeah, is that why you're wearing your bucket hat? And then she didn't say anything for the rest of the haircut. It really hurt her feelings when I made fun of her bucket hat.
Oh,
If I'm paying you, I get to slam you. I'll slam you, bitch. Cut my hair, you sports clip slut.
do you?
Slice me up, you sports clip hoe. Bring me into home base. I'm gonna watch a Formula One
Is that
race.
Cat
while you,
Williams?
Yeah. Listen, you slut bitch in a bucket hat. You're gonna cut my dress. Listen, Joe Rogan.
Do you think? Do you talk to the people a lot when you're
Talk
getting
to
a
him a lot. I can't handle the silence. I go, so what year did your mom die? Where were you when COVID hit? What was your life then? I just come up with any.
What year
conversation
was
like-
9/11?
Yeah. Let me tell you.
That's funny because
2001.
like me and my dad can sit in a car together and for 2 hours just not say a single word to each other.
Yeah, I have a
and we're
similar
perfectly comfortable.
Yeah, I've sat in a car for many hours without speaking to my dad, so it's pretty good.
For those of you who don't know, James famously murdered his dad with a katana.
I went to high school with this guy who killed his own dad. We used to be on the weightlifting team together. And a year
Jesus.
after high school, he shot his dad in the head and
Oh
went on the
my-
run from the police. I used to think of him as a horse. He was like this light-skinned, 7-foot tall black guy. He would do like the. Don't do that every time I talk about black people, by the way, because it makes it like an association. But you know, when you're in weightlifting, you have 2 competition points when you're in a professional weightlift. Not professional, but like
No, I don't know
competitive.
this.
So what you do is there's 2 points of competition. There's the bench press. So you get 3 attempts to do as much as you can, and they aggregate the points to make it all one score. And then you do the clean and jerk, which is where you squat, bring the bar up here when you're
Right.
standing, and then you bring it over your head. And this guy, I think his name was Travis or Charles, I forget. But had glasses, short curly hair, and he was like 7 feet tall. And he was like this. He was stronger than he could deal with, and he would clean and jerk. And he was so tall, he would bring it over his head and knock one of the tiles off the ceiling of the gym.
Dang,
That's
and
how
you're
tall this
like,
guy
that's
was.
a horse.
I used to think of him as a horse. So when I heard
guy.
he murdered his dad, I was like, wow, that horse killed his own dad. Yeah. Seabiscuit, more like shoot your dad, biscuit. Secretariat, more like suck your fucking dad off, you fucking horse man.
That's cool. Dude.
Yeah,
did he
it's
have
really
like
cool.
Did you guys get naked in the locker room?
Never once. Never had to get naked in my locker room. I never took gym. I took gym online, which is why I'm a fat fuck as an adult. Yeah, I took gym online my entire high school.
How do you even take gym online?
You just
Are they
go,
like,
I would prefer to take gym online. They're like, did you do 100 push-ups this week? And you're like, yes.
They're like, move the mouse as many times.
Now they would have you like put a Wii remote in your crotch and your jock
Yeah.
strap to track your sports.
I remember I tried to. There was like this Wii Fit ring thing.
I don't know the Wii Fit ring. I know Wii Fit. I had the board.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I'm really losing weight. I'm just like running in place really fast around the island. Like I could just run in my neighborhood.
Yeah, but it's more fun to run like with people.
Yeah, with Japanese
with
propaganda.
Japanese propaganda.
Yeah,
flying
Wii Fit
around.
Island is actually Japan. You know, there's like planes flying over and people like cheering you on while you sword fight over water. Wii sports.
They like
resort.
don't allow you to get. If you get like fat, you like are a sumo wrestler.
Right. You legally have to become an athlete in Japan if you weigh over 200 pounds.
Exactly. That's like how in America, if you're like a hot girl, you legally have to do like OnlyFans.
Right.
Or
Legally speaking.
Which,
you
by
have
the
to-
way, I have like a little idea here for us.
Okay.
Because there's been some stuff going on in the news. I don't know if you saw, but there was like this kid who murdered another kid at a track meet.
Right. Casey Anthony.
And then he got like all of this.
His name is like I saw his name and I was like I thought he was a basketball.
His name is Carmelo Anthony, which is the same name as a basketball player.
Right, okay. Because I was like, oh, that basketball player murdered a teenager at a
track meet. Weird.
Pretty weird.
But he in the
Carmelo
words of
Anthony.
Rachel Ziegler, weird.
Weird.
But he
Who's Rachel Ziegler?
they ended Snow White.
Oh,
Snow
yeah,
White.
yeah.
They ended up raising $750,000 for him. So I'm thinking, James, what we do is we murder someone,
Right.
make it a race thing,
Okay, we murder a black guy. Great.
murder a black guy, make it a race thing,
Sure.
get paid out, and put it into News from Bed.
It's great. Our podcasting explodes.
The problem is one of us is going to have to go to prison for life, but I will take that.
Really?
Yeah.
You never have to take your socks off again.
I'll never. Well, but I'll
You'll
have
be
to.
in the shower with your socks on.
Yeah, I'll be in the shower with every article of clothing I can find.
Yeah, don't drop the pillow on News from Bed.
But no, that was just a fun little thing because of the chaos in the world.
The chaos in the world. Yeah, that's a weird situation. I also think like internet grifter right wing people are acting like like the judge gave him like a weird little like lower bail or whatever, but it's like I don't know. I would. It's like when like a black guy is killed by police or like that Breonna Taylor case. It's like, well, when they present all the evidence, it might appear different than what the news is interpreting it to you as. Do you know what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
I don't know what this is going to be. I do not believe that this young man should have stabbed another man through his chest into his heart. But like, I do think that like, I wonder if there is something that we're missing from this situation.
There's gotta be.
There's got to be some reason because these like right wing Twitter people love to be like, well, actually, this is a cultural issue. It's like you guys only say that when it's like a when it's a black person, It's like
Right,
affected by a
right.
white person. They never talk about like white men like cultural issues where we like literally are like obsessed with shooting children. In
well, that's the
schools.
exact thing. There was literally a shooting at FSU like yesterday.
Oh yeah, by like like a sheriff's deputy's son.
It was like Donald Trump's son.
Yeah, Don Jr. shot 2 kids at FSU. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, dude. It's funny. It's not funny, but it's like interesting how much like I never interacted with much like gun violence as a kid. There was like my biggest thing where I grew up was always my aunt worked for a 911 operator. She was like a 911. She took the calls, and I was like, "What's like the violence that happens in our county?" And she's like, "Honestly, biker gangs. Like they'll just throw a bomb onto the front lawn of a rival
gang.
Yeah. It wasn't that much race stuff. It was mostly like white biker, like white nationalist, Nazi, like KKK. Like there's this place called Moon Lake up in Pasco. Where I'm from.
They're just throwing bananas in front of other bikers.
Yeah, it's a blue shell. They're riding up, throwing a blue shell and killing a rival 100 cc or 100 cc biker gang. I don't know, dude. It's very interesting how this shit all plays out. I mean, I'm completely disconnected from this poor kid who fucking died. I mean, like, why are you stabbing someone? Why are you bringing a knife to, like, whatever? But I'm interested to see what the actual what actually comes out. I'm also very interested in fucking weird shit where you never really find out the answer. Like, we don't know what happened.
I blame his coach. I blame Carmelo Anthony's coach because he said, "Carmelo, like, we really need you to." Cut down your times here, and of course, he took that very literally.
Yeah, he was in remedial reading, so he was like, "Oh, cut,
knife."
I'm gonna go into a tent and stab a white teenager through the chest."
That seems maybe it was just a faulty baton pass. You ever think about that?
Yeah,
a baton pass gone wrong.
Yeah, if you pop off the lid of one of those batons, it's actually a small needle and go right into the heart. Pulp Fiction style, wake you right up. He was trying to actually make that guy faster.
Yeah,
he was like, "Here."
My dad used to, when he went to was in high school and played basketball. His high school basketball coach used to chase them around with a machete.
Oh well,
that was like their conditioning. It was like a little bit of incentive, like don't let him catch you because he has.
See, I wouldn't have fallen for them. Like he's not going to cut anything.
That's like, that's what you think.
Yeah, and then
all of a sudden you got to find a new prom king.
Yeah. Dethroned by stabbing. They should make the prom kings all fight to see who wins.
They should.
I hate living in modern times because like just the most retarded guy I went to high school with won our prom king.
That is usually what it is. It's usually like the most retarded who doesn't like jerk off to the girls.
Right.
You know?
My friend Cody's high school girlfriend won prom queen, and then just like the most retarded guy. Like he didn't have Down syndrome, but he like looked like a troll that lived under like a sofa.
And then ironically enough, they make them slow dance.
Oh yeah. In their crowns, in their fraudulent crowns.
Yeah, they give him like the crown from like that Kevin is wearing in SpongeBob from the Jelly Spotter.
Hey, Kevin.
They rip it off his head. That wasn't a hat. It was my head. Because he's a sea cucumber. That was just his tip.
That was just the...
that was his stem.
The stem, yeah.
The stem of Kevin. This episode's called The Stem of Kevin.
Welcome to Morning Good.
Don't you have a friend named Kevin?
I have some friends. You have a friend named Kevin.
I don't have a friend named Kevin. I have no friends named Kevin. Do you think I have a friend named Kevin?
Yes, you do.
I have no friends named Kevin.
Don't you have a friend named Kevin who is black?
I do have a friend named Kevin that's black. Dude, that's my bad. I was literally thinking of every white person I know, and I forgot that the only Kevin I know is black. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny.
He dresses like a gay stylist that cuts Patty's hair.
He kind of does.
He wears like scarves down his wrists and shit.
I have some friends named Kevin, but they're not like, I don't have like a super close friend named Kevin.
I wouldn't even say that Kevin's that close to me. We hung out when I first moved down here, but we kind of drifted apart.
Oh, wow.
I want to reconnect with Kevin.
Was there a current or something?
Yeah, he can't swim.
There's a swale.
They opened up a Popeyes in his neighborhood, and he never hit me up again.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin. No, he actually got laid off from his job, and we kind of were like, "Hey, you know what? I think we both have things going on. I have to find a new job, and you have to figure out how to pay 11 different women for child support."
Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. Loser, 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 loser.
At least I still have my personality.
Loser.
I love in that episode, Patrick is just trying to touch Jeffrey the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Get back here. I have to touch
and
you.
then he like captures him at the end.
Yeah, and the police are always like, hey, get back here.
Get back here, and he just has Kevin Jeffrey all tied up, and Kevin just dies at the end.
I have a friend named Jeffrey.
I have no friends named Jeff. I have no Jeff friends.
Wow.
And if my friend was named
What about
Jeffrey,
what about the black Jeff? It's a funny theme.
Jeff Mello Anthony, you're talking about?
Yeah. It's funny to just like forget about black friends.
Yeah, it is funny to forget about black friends, man. What do you mean? That's is black.
It's just like, because like when I think about my friend, I have so many white friends.
Right.
You almost forget you can have
right.
an Asian friend, you know?
Yeah, I had a black friend named Brandon in high school. He went off and joined the Marines and would come back and just tell us like stories that we were like, yeah, he's just making up stories. He just like never saw combat, but he would tell us he would tell us stories that if they were true, it'd be like, that would be in the news, Brandon. Like if the Iranian military shot at you in the desert, that would be in the news.
Oh yeah, because it would be like local.
He didn't realize that we would be like, oh, so you got into conflict with a foreign country as a Marine, and you were shot at, and it wasn't something that we had to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, no, you were stationed in Korea for a year. We know what happened. You just banged a bunch of Asian girls and used to send us pictures of your dick.
Right, and got really into anime.
Yeah, he really sent us too many pictures of his dick. He would just do it all the time. I'd be like, I don't really need to see that many pictures of Brandon's dick.
I sent one picture of my dick to my friends, and
now it's framed in the Louvre.
in the lanai. I was like sitting on a toilet and I just put it between my thighs and I squeezed my thighs together.
Yeah, that's different though.
So it's kind of funny.
You did a tuck and squeeze.
But I used to do this thing.
Silence of the Lambs style, just like Patrick
Exactly.
Yeah,
and all my friends whacked off to it.
It puts the lotion on its skin or unless it gets the bed again.
But we've talked about this. Like I've talked on the podcast how I used to do a thing where I would walk into a room naked wearing a wig. I'd be fully clothed. I'd be like, hey, does anyone need a beer or something like that? And I'd leave and I'd come back just fully naked.
Right. And someone took a photo of it.
And then someone took a photo and then...
We haven't talked about this on the podcast. We talked about this in person.
We talked about this in a car, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this in
and
a
then
podcast.
it's been circulating.
Right, yeah. It's been circumcised.
It's been...
They photoshopped your famous foreskin off
and
of your
let me
penis.
tell you, it was a cold day in the attic when...
yeah, dude.
It's not a good representation.
No, we have very similar stories, though, because there's a photo of me I took where I put a small personal mirror over my dick when I was like seeing this girl in college, and I was naked getting out of her shower. I put a small mirror over my dick, and I took a picture of myself, and I was completely naked, and then the mirror I had angled to be also my face. So I'm completely naked. It's my face, and then my face over my cock and balls. And like my friend printed it and like hung it up in his room, and then like every time I go over there and we bring a new friend around, he would just like hand it to them, and I'd be like, man, can you stop doing that? First of all, it was a Snapchat, the most famous thing that's supposed to disappear.
Right.
You screenshotted it and printed it out, which is like the opposite of what I anticipated happening with this photo. Yeah. Like that is one of the failures of being like a modern day male, is that you don't get to have like naked jokes anymore.
No, you don't get to just whip it out and stuff, because the problem is everyone's become such a prude with their genitalia.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean everything. Like when I got to college, my group of friends, I think I've talked about this before, but like I used to smoke pot in college. My friends acted like I was on like hardcore drugs. I'd be like, guys, like you should see what I used to do. I used to be naked in photos.
Yeah.
Like, if you think smoking weed is bad, wait till you see my ass.
You can get high off of seeing my ass.
Yeah, you want to get high off of seeing my ass and cheeks, my rippled cheeks.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Some people, I guess, being naked in some way is somewhat of a fashion statement, right?
Right, for the nudist community.
That's right.
My friend once, when I graduated college, I moved back down here for about 8 months, and my friend was like, I'm doing this My friend who has a girl from college, she lived in Tampa too, and she's like, I'm going to this nudist outing if you'd like to go. I'm like, I'd rather fuck a dog, honestly, than go to a nudist outing with you.
I would absolutely hate that.
I don't want to go to anything nudist. Like these naked comedy shows, give me a fucking break.
I don't even want to go to an outing,
No.
like let alone something where I got to.
And if I take my
show
dick out,
cock.
let's say it's just going to be an inning because that shit's sucking
Yeah.
back inside my body.
Exactly. If I take the only time I ever take my dick out now is if I'm attempting to thread it into a vagina.
Right. Thread it between thread the needle.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm
Top
not
Gun
gonna.
Maverick through the mountains of the pussy hole.
Yeah.
He's doing it. He's doing it. And then you take it out and you do an older dick to get out of there. You have to get an older cock to escape. I know in the movie.
I need someone spotting me while I do
it. I got you, Patty.
Rooster, come
Rooster.
closer, Rooster.
Rooster, closer.
I,
We have to eject.
It does kind of feel like if it's kind of like it's like a tiger. Like if I take it out of the cage, I have to feed it. You know, like
Right.
like it
Famously.
doesn't go back in unless it's been
Yeah.
satiated.
Right. You got to satiate that tiger before it goes back into whence it came. Once I came, then I can go back whence I came. Speaking of tigers, we should go to Busch Gardens this summer.
Dude, I heard they got some new stuff there.
Dude, they have this roller coaster called Iron Gwazi. Growing up, they used to have this roller coaster called Gwazi. And you visited Tampa enough, and you've been to Busch Gardens before.
I have been to Busch
Gwazi
Gardens.
used to be this huge wooden roller coaster where there was two different coasters that went at the same time, and they kind of like, you would like cross each other, but you kind of had two different tracks. They've now replaced it with this thing called Iron Gwazi, so it's still like part wood, but it's like a metal coaster. It is the most intense roller coaster I've ever been on in my life.
Wow, I got to do that.
Yeah, I've been on a lot of roller coasters. I used to be really afraid of roller coasters as a kid.
Yeah.
Really afraid. Like my aunt had to pay me $20 as a kid to get me to go on a roller coaster.
Wow, dude. My aunt had to pay me $20 to stand next to a. So that's
Yeah.
That's
No,
pretty
dude. No, they smell. You don't want to stand. You got to pay me to stand next to one of those.
That's pretty cool though. So yeah, when do you want to go? Because here's the thing, I'm getting my Florida ID like next week.
Yeah, I have a Florida ID, so you get the Florida resident.
You get a
pass.
little deal.
They
and
used to do this big deal where it's go for a day, you can come back all year. So you pay one ticket and you get the year pass. I don't know if they do that anymore, but it's a great deal.
I think they do because I talked to my cousin about it. I think you pay for a ticket, and then for like $10 more, you get a season.
It's
which
really fun.
we
It's a
should
really
do.
great place because you know what? If you're just like, because I'm off on weird days, and if there's just like a day that's like right after a hurricane hit Florida this past year, I got some free tickets from my old radio job, and me and my girlfriend and her sister went, and there was just no one there.
Yeah.
We just went at like 3 on a Thursday, and there's no one there, so we did everything and then went home in like 4 hours.
That's
It
awesome.
was great. Yeah, they have a lot of really good stuff. I don't know when the last time you went was, but they updated pretty much every roller coaster.
I know. The last time I went, the brand new ride was the Cheetah.
Yeah, that's still there.
That's still there.
They've upgraded a lot of stuff, and they added a couple different ones. They have one where you're kind of like your feet are hanging, and they have a lot of new stuff. It's very cool.
Cool. They also had, I don't know if they still have this, but they had like a food thing voucher where you got 3
Unlimited.
free meals and you could get like anything you wanted.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of included in the price.
See,
of
me
the
and my
ticket.
buddies used to go and get the all-you-can-eat food pass, but we'd all split it, and so you get a wristband. One of us gets the wristband. You go through it as many times as you want. You get like 4 orders of chicken tenders, and you sit down, you and your friends eat.
That's a pretty good idea.
It's like $20 for like 5 people to eat. Like, you get like 2 chicken tenders each, but you do it like 4 times throughout the day.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Maybe we do it at the end of this weight loss thing.
Yeah, as a celebration.
Win or lose.
Yeah.
Whether we
just smoke a bunch of weed. And then we try to figure out how to not have panic attacks on roller coasters. Dude, I went to Universal Studios when I was back before I moved to New York. I went for the Halloween event, which was Halloween Horror Nights. And my buddy sold weed. She sold like weed pens and edibles.
I like
But-
that you call a girl your buddy. That
Well, she's
that
a lesbian.
threw me for
She's a
a lo-
lesbian.
Oh,
she's
okay.
a butch ass lesbian. so
Okay.
she's definitely. She's more of a buddy than a bro. I'll tell you that. But you know, she used to like, she doesn't do it anymore. But she used to sell me weed, and I would be like, "Oh, can I get some edibles?" I'm going with some of my like more tamer friends who are more like, "Oh, I don't really want to
Yeah,
smoke." You know,
yeah.
these people are preserving their lungs. Give me a break.
Oh, I hate that. I don't mind when someone's like, I get really fucking high.
Yeah.
but I'm still like, just take a little.
Take a little.
Take a little bite.
Yeah,
What
because
do
they would do a shot. If you take a little thing, then you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
So she hooked me up. So she used to just give me bags of. She would like have these edibles that were like the duds, like things that weren't like perfectly portioned and whatnot. So I had this like Ziploc like quart bag of like edibles that were all misshapen, but they were completely fine.
Yeah.
And so we were walking into Universal, and I had this bag, and I was with all my college friends going to the park for the night, and I was like eating some, and then I handed some to my friend, and he ate some, and there was like still like half a bag left because I ate a lot, and my friend ate a lot, and then none of the other 4 people that were there, they were like, oh, no, I feel weird about it, but like I'm in line to go to the park at this point, and I'm like, guess I'm eating the rest of these edibles.
Guess I'm the only one high.
I guess I'm going to be
trip.
more high than I've ever been.
Ugh,
so I ate all of them. I mean, I threw some away, but I was like, this is like $100 of edibles, and you guys are like wasting it. That I like scored for free with like 10 years of friendship. This is like my one cash in on 10
It
years
is
of
like
friendship.
people think you're gonna freak out at a theme park. It's totally
It's
fine.
the safest place to be.
Yeah,
It really is. That's the illusion of Disney. It's like, oh, what if it was like a fictional world where like I would be completely safe? It's like,
It's also like, in my opinion, a little childish to not be on drugs.
Yeah, it is. It is
not-
because what are you soberly enjoying the majesty of fucking Mickey Mouse? You retard?
Of fucking Animal Kingdom. Like, you need to look at a leopard entirely in your right conscious mind.
Like we're walking through a haunted house themed after Ghostbusters. I better be on ketamine.
Right.
At the minimum.
I want to ride this ride and not even feel it.
Yeah, it's more fun.
I want my body. I want to sit in the front row, but my mind and spirit is in the 4th row.
Oh yeah. And what I love about theme parks too is you don't drink, but like you get like the alcohol at these theme parks. I'm sure you have in the past.
I have, yeah.
But like me and my girlfriend went to Universal Studios and we were like, oh, let's get some drinks. We were staying on site there, so we could just take like a little tram. There was actually a boat that takes you back, and so we were like, oh, let's get a couple drinks because we didn't pay for the ticket. This is when I used to work for radio a long time ago. They used to send me out there to like help do like promotion stuff.
Yeah.
And so we got like a couple of these, like it was during Mardi Gras at Universal Studios, so they had like tequila and all these different drinks. So we got this tequila mixed drink that came in this like novelty cup. So we bought the novelty cup and had 3 of these drinks, and then we woke up in the morning. We did not remember getting home. I had to be at the radio studio on Universal on site has a radio studio in the middle of the park, like an active usable radio studio that like everyone in like a local radio scene in a state or in the South can come use and broadcast live from as a promotion. I woke up at 7 in the morning and I had to be at the boat at 7:30. I was like, I blacked out. I cannot believe I woke up in the morning.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That's crazy. There's something about alcohol that does that.
Yeah, you can just like your subconscious does save you sometimes.
Yeah. I've never like completely slept through something. I've had things where I've woken up before and been like, I can get to that or whatever, and then you fall back asleep and then you're late, you know. But I've never just fallen asleep and been like, oh my God, I had a flight 3 hours ago.
Right,
or
exactly.
Your body just gets you out.
Yeah. So I remember like I went down to get on the boat to get on time to meet all the people I was supposed to be working with, and I was alone and I was the first one there. I was like, dude, I was fucking blacked out last night. I'm the first one here. And I don't know if you know who this is, but I literally was sitting there and there's this guy and his son standing next to me, and I look and it's the author John Green. Do you know who that is?
No.
He wrote like The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh my God.
He's like a famous young adult author, and like he has like a YouTube channel. His brother's like Hank Green, who does like science stuff.
Wow.
But I looked and I was like, okay, so I'm like incredibly hungover, and I'm next to like a very famous author and his son. Like I didn't say anything, but I was like, this is the weirdest day of my life. I woke up on accident on time, being way early, and now I'm next to a famous person.
That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty cool though. When you go with like a media organization to a theme park, which I've done like at least 5 times now, not a brag, but
Uncle Laser is a
At least I still have my
but you get to like get access to shit. They just like take you on the new ride and they just cut you in front of everyone. You just get right on. You go back behind.
That's
the scene.
sweet.
That's my favorite part of the access of working for local media.
Yeah.
Any sort of media where you get access to events. Like I always, as a kid, was like, I want to go backstage of a concert. I want to be behind the scenes of Universal Studios. I want to see how this shit works, and I want to be able to like be guided through. That's like what that is like.
Sure.
That's what money can get you, is that access. That's
Yeah.
what's cool about it. But you know.
Well, that's beautiful, James, and thank you very much for.
Was that the thunder?
telling us that story.
Thanks, man. You're welcome.
You have something prepared for us here.
Sure. Yeah.
What's
on.
what's oh no, ladies and gentlemen, James is putting on the rant wig. What could this possibly be about?
Well, this is a little thing I've been thinking about lately that I wanted to present to the News from Bed audience because it's mostly male. And so I wanted to talk about men's fashion.
Okay.
So that was just a little bit of my thought here. So let me put my headphones over this wig, actually, because I'd like to hear your little sound bits. That
Sure.
You're looking at in. But
So, men's fashion, you clearly have some sort of a bone to pick. Because
me and Patty are on a self-improvement journey.
Yes.
That includes mind, body, and spirit.
Uh-huh.
And in the realm of body, you can increase your health, you can increase your bone density, you can increase your muscle mass. But you also have to upgrade your fashion.
Welcome to Morning Good.
Speaking of morning good, dude, that guy has bad clothes. What do you work at Hollister in 2013? You fucking jabroni. Anyway, I just had some thoughts about men and their fashion. So let's go through this.
Okay.
I'll talk to you. There's basically 4 styles of fashion that every modern man wears. I'm not talking about history. I'm talking about modern men. This is the things that I've seen. So there's 4 styles.
the modern man.
The modern man.
Okay.
You can wear 4 things. You can wear athleisure.
Sure. This is like you're running.
Yeah, you can wear shorts. We're kind of wearing athleisure now, a little bit.
Yeah,
You got,
a little
like, some
bit.
sweats on,
Sweats.
a t-shirt. This is not athleisure, but this is like a calmed out version of it. Like I have some basketball shorts, some nice things. I think
Yeah.
a lot of men default to this because I think it's like something that's like, oh, I can look like I just left the gym, even though I just jerked off
Right.
4 times into a bag of hot
With
Cheetos.
which some call a sport in its own.
Yeah.
This is kind
I'm a
of like
professional jerk off.
this is like a girls like athleisure.
Girls love athleisure. They love wearing yoga pants.
Yoga
and
pants, anything to show off that hot set of buns.
Unbeliever is a
Oh yeah, either buns, dude. The top buns or the hot cross buns. on the
Right.
bottom
People
side.
don't talk about the top buns enough.
Yeah, they don't. They talk about those lower
I
buns.
love those top buns.
Dude, yeah, dude. Those couple
Top buns.
those
Maverick.
those Hawaiian sweet rolls them bitches wear on their chest. So you can wear athleisure, and then you could also wear a suit. I
Yep,
think a lot of
suit.
men dress like business professional suits.
I'll be
some
wearing
pants.
this in a couple weeks
Yeah, you just
time.
wore. Yeah, you'll be wearing it, and it'll be billowing off of you because you would have lost so much.
I know
weight.
I will
You'll-
have lost 200 pounds.
Yeah, you'll
by
look
then.
like Gollum at this wedding wearing like Fat Joe's suit. And then there's 4, so you could be the forever boy.
Okay. This is like the Tommy Holder kind of look.
This is the worst thing. This is the worst guy to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
In my opinion, the forever boy is the plague on the modern male. And
Sure.
it really is. This concept of these men, and look, I've pictured it all here. You're wearing like Marvel shit. You're wearing snapbacks with like Deadpool or like Sonic on.
Right.
And you wear like not a backpack that's like normal for like a guy. Like remember like living in New York, you wear a backpack. I'm on the train. I'm not carrying a briefcase. It's 2025.
Right.
I'm not some fucking homo going into my office. But you're wearing like this like child's backpack that makes you look like you're on your way to your first day of 3rd grade.
Right. What was it? Just is summer vacation over? Now it's time to go talk to Tiffany with all the new confidence you gained.
Exactly that. You just did summer basketball camp and you're ready to talk to Tiff.
That's also some people wear backpacks like as a style choice where
Right.
there's nothing in the backpack.
Right.
The only time you should be wearing a backpack is if you're a brand new open mic comedian or if
You're
I guess
hiking.
you're hiking.
Right. Those are the only 2 excusable moments for a man to wear a backpack. And your 4th option as a male for fashion is gay clothes.
Gay clothes.
So that's like short shorts that are pastels. They wear these like bright pastel colors. I would just call it
would
like,
these qualify?
So I would say these don't because they're not a pastel. I'm thinking
Okay.
more in the vein of like frat guy clothes. I'd say both of us are wearing like neutral clothing. It almost fits into just like athleisure, but a little bit like not
but also
athletic.
a little bit boy.
Yeah,
maybe?
it's just neutral. You want to wear like just normal clothes, nothing that's like too boyish, nothing with like too many brands or too many like things on it. And the problem with the gay clothes is the shorts are too short, the shoes have like no socks on them, and the colors are too bright. Look
Right.
at these guys on the right; they're wearing pink and blue. You look like cotton candy homos.
You are correct about the frat guy, the finance guy.
Yeah. Boat shoes,
Exactly.
vineyard vines. You're dressing like you were still in college. And I'm saying this as a guy who's dressed in all 4 of these styles. In college, I was a dedicated gay clothes wearer.
Wow.
I wore salmon shorts and different colored shirts and boat shoes to class every day. And you know what? That's fine. But me and Patty are in our late 20s and 30.
Early 30s, some would say.
And I think that is something that we have to escape. You have to find something new. And I
Yes.
will even give these guys on the right are dressed horribly. No one will fuck them except for
Really
their fat
bad.
wives.
I actually think that this guy is. Look at the size of this fucking bulge in his pants.
I mean, this guy
clearly gay.
This guy is rough. Okay, this guy like defrauded a bunch of old people for like their retirement funds. Like this is a bad look.
This kind of the shirt. Look, this like style where the shirt looks like it could be on a Dixie cup has to fucking go. This is like one of the most embarrassing things.
You're disguising like a need for some sort of like nostalgia color pop of the 80s with a short and a bright color kind of pattern combined that like it just doesn't work anymore.
Right. This isn't a Curves fitness for women.
Yeah, I mean, you're like trying to do something, and this guy on the left is fine. I think the blue is the wrong blue. Wear something dark. Wear something like you could get away with that shirt if you had like a more neutral color. It's the idea that like, what are you, a fucking traffic cone? Why do we have to see you from 45 feet away?
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's funny because this is the equivalent of like blue hair on ladies, I think.
Yeah, it is. No,
It's
it
blue
is.
pants on men. It's the same thing.
Absolutely. So you can continue on in this presentation I've presented here. So the good choices are dressing suits or dressing athleisure. You either do like business professional or you dress like you just left the gym. You got to find some sort of balance between some sort of both suits and athleisure are like a professional presentation of the male. You're either showing that you care about your body or you're showing that you care about how you're presenting yourself to other people. And I think that those two things between like what is it like intentional. It's an intentional outfit. You're putting thought behind it. You're not going into Kohl's and buying the exact outfit on the mannequin.
Right. You have some sort of an awareness of where you're going, where you've been. Suits, we talked about it earlier. It just shows you're at least aware of the dimensions of your body.
Right. I know my weights.
Sometimes when you see someone in a Looney Tunes shirt and a Deadpool shirt, and
SpongeBob with like a green pimp hat and it says "Don't hate the playa, hate the game." And he's got like a cigar,
and they're literally bursting out of that shirt.
Oh yeah,
it's like not only have you not realized you're not a child anymore, but you don't even have a child's body anymore.
They're still buying like mediums, and they're clearly a 2X.
Correct.
Yeah. So then these are your bad choices. The two others are the
gay clothes and Forever Boy. Yeah,
because it's a lack of intentionability. Either you never changed the idea that you just wear clothes that I'm going to just wear clothes about things that I like. I want to wear clothes about things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Marvel, Deadpool, beer, Guinness. I want to wear WWE, NWO t-shirts, and I'm going to wear hats that represent things that I think are cool.
Welcome to Morning Kids.
And then gay clothes is just kind of like, that's this. So like the suit to athleisure, that's like the grown man's intentionality. The bad choices of the gay clothes and the Forever Boy is you default and fumble into these styles.
Right.
That's my thought, at least.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can go to the next slide here. So the Forever Boy. This is like the outfits you see at your common Comic-Con.
Right.
Like, look at this fucker on the left, dude. He's wearing a leather jacket with like a red shirt and a hat. This is the right. I don't know if you know your right or left. Oh, that's the middle.
Oh,
no, there he
go.
is. So look at this guy. That's Patty if we never weighed in at Publix.
That, dude, honestly, that does look like Quentin Tarantino. If he didn't get into feet, he got into bear claws instead.
Right.
That honestly,
That's Quentin Tarantino pizza roll.
it would take me to get to that point. First of all, before I wear a hat like that, but also to be like, oh yeah, I've got a problem with my weight. I had like literally no idea.
Do you think, hey sir, do you think you're a vampire hunter?
Mm-hmm.
What are you wearing? You're wearing sunglasses inside with a bright red shirt and a leather jacket. I know you're hot, you fat fuck.
Yeah. You're not like one of the people that you fight against in the gym, the fire
Right.
gym in
Yes.
Pokemon before you get to the main boss.
And even just notice the two guys, the devil and the angel, on both of his shoulders. It's like an unintentional unawareness of facial hair. Guy to the right has a neck beard, and he's wearing some sort of stupid like graphic tee.
yeah, he has
The
like a dwarven neck beard
Yes,
too.
and the guy to the left is just like a little
Is Kurt
goatee.
Cobain.
Yes. Look at that guy. I mean the guy directly like behind his hat, but look at this guy behind the pole.
That's what I'm talking
Dude.
about. He's lurking.
Dude, Courtney Love should have helped that guy kill himself too. I
Oh,
mean,
my God, yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's just like your Comic-Con look. This is like what like the young man wears, and these are like your
Dude.
incels. They go, "Why don't women like me?" Well, you're wearing a brony T-shirt with a fucking fedora on, and you're wearing like sneakers from Skechers.
How about this fucking lady
Oh
here?
my God, I can't even get into women. That looks like Elsa if she went to fucking Columbia University
That's like
and learned about
horrifying.
gender studies. And the guy
And
right
the-
next to her
oh
looks
my
like
God.
that would be your brother right there, though. By the way,
This guy?
No, right to the right of
Oh,
her.
you mean Andrew Manning?
No, down.
Oh,
That's like your
yeah,
lost
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
You locked him up in a hot topic somewhere,
Right.
And he came out being ironic and random, like iCarly.
This guy is trying to escape from his own face, I think.
This
Because
guy's
he's-
so upset about how ugly he is that he just let everything grow out.
He's letting his hair encapsulate.
Now
He's-
look, I mean, the little boy in the front and center. Who cares? He's a little fucking boy.
yeah,
awesome.
fuck this little boy.
No,
though.
don't fuck. No, I don't care about him. I think he's fine. He's a little boy. But like all of these idiots in the back, like I'm not even kidding. I'm calling this Comic-Con. Walk down the street. Every man is fucking dressed like this. They're wearing like fucking Sonic and Deadpool snapbacks. Like, dude, the guy on the right is literally wearing a Spider-Man snapback and
Yeah.
a Batman t-shirt with a flannel over it, and then a fucking thong flip-flop on the bottom. If you ever have your toes out as a man in 2025, you're going to El Salvador.
You're going to the gulag.
You're going to our work camps we're sending the migrants away to.
Anytime you see someone in these clothes too, you're like, they smell like fucking shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know you smell bad.
Or you smell like fucking Axe body spray because you're trying to desperately cover up the fact that you can't just fucking shower.
you can't just or use a regular stick of deodorant.
This is also like a Converse crowd. Like a Converse can look good on like a hot girl in like jean Daisy Duke shorts or whatever. But,
Right.
like, these guys just wear Converse because like, yeah, it's like pretty stylish. What Scott Pilgrim would wear. Kill yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you want to go.
All right, let's go to the next slide.
So it's also like a cargo short thing of it. Like
Sure.
your shorts are too long. If you're wearing shorts as a man now, I think, guys, this is genuine advice to you. 5-inch inseam. Even if I got the legs to rock off any kind of short I want. As a modern man, if you want to have style, 5-inch inseam. That's
It
the style you're
shouldn't
looking
cover your kneecaps. I
Yeah.
think that's fair to say.
You shouldn't look like Fred Durst at Woodstock 99.
Unholy your ears a
Is that Morse code? F-A-G. But yeah, you can go to the next one. That's just another example. So I want to talk about hair a little bit.
okay. Yeah.
There's like grown men who have both of these hairstyles.
And let me tell you what, I was 3 weeks away from the Smosh haircut there.
This like swoopy Justin Bieber hair that we
Yeah.
all kind of saw guys have in middle school. And again, if you're a child, if you're in high school, I don't care. I'm talking about grown men. I've seen men that look exactly like Ian from Smosh with gray beards and that fucking hairstyle.
Yes.
Cut it down. You're pissing me off.
Yes, and I think that's the key there is gray, because I recently got the notice from my barber who said, "You're going gray." He said it just like that, gray. And I said, barely, bitch.
You're going
And I asked him,
gray.
I was like, am I going bald? And he's like, no, because he was going bald. And I was like, well, yeah, fuck you, you
fuck
sassy
you.
little freak. It's freaky to be gay. I just want to say that.
Well, don't alienate 75% of the audience.
It's a freaky thing. Then you got coconut head here on the right.
Yeah, I mean, coconut head, I mean, that's kind of like an exaggeration. But
I
like,
kind of
guys look like this, though,
guys do
dude.
look like this. I kind of respect the
commitment.
sheen. This is like a very shampoo.
That is a haircut that like every hot girl in Bushwick does have, though. Like,
That's
When I
true.
lived in Ridgewood, Bushwick with Patty, my good friend here, we would go out and go to an open mic, and there would be like a woman who talks about her feelings with that exact haircut at the
Exactly.
open mic.
And I
So-
bet if you saw her pussy, it would also have a bob.
But
Which, by the way, I don't know if you've seen any photos lately of Kylie Vincent. Remember, we used to know Kylie Vincent.
Okay.
Uh,
Go ahead. You started it.
looks like a prostitute. I don't know if you've like seen her lately.
I don't know what she looks like.
There's a thing that happens to like your mental state
right when you get sexually assaulted by Hans Kim.
when you get sexually assaulted by Hans Kim, and apparently every person you come into contact with.
Right,
She's
yeah,
always
yeah,
talking about being sexually assaulted, but she's when you become so like woke and liberal,
Right.
you start to like wear like darker eyeliner
Right,
and you
right.
look shittier.
Look,
Look,
go to the next
okay,
slide. Let's-
okay.
I don't know her at all. So okay,
There he
this
is again.
So Ian from Smosh. I think me and Patty have talked about Smosh on the show before. So this I want you to see. Ian has this haircut, but Ian from Smosh did the impossible. This is what he looked like for 95% of his fame. Now go to the next slide. He fucking cleaned it up.
Wow,
He looks
dude.
fucking good now.
He looks incredible.
He got a better haircut. He's got the glasses on. He let the beard grow out. It's not a great photo. I couldn't find a nice HD photo of Ian. But, you know, he got a stylist
Still.
probably. He looks good. He looks like Ben Avery.
He does.
Moments after being sexually assaulted by Hans Kim.
by Kylie Vincent.
At least I still have my
But, you know, that's a guy who, yeah, he was stuck in 2010 for like 10 years and he fucking cleaned it
Yeah.
up. This is your God. Now, I want you to go to the next slide because his counterpart, fucking Anthony Padilla, did not have the same trajectory. Anthony,
No.
you look like an anime reject.
Yeah, he does.
All American anime reject.
At least I still have my
He looks like he's a goth kind of guy.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, the amount of work that goes into straightening your hair like this as a man, it's like, what do you play for Blink 182? You play like the triangle.
And like the hair's up here, like up at this corner junction here. You have to cut like so much shorter than like this hair length is approximately like this long.
yeah.
You know?
yeah. You shouldn't have hair that looks like the Nike swoop upside down.
For sure. And then you come to this hair, which let's just take the journey here. It's like we're going down the entire coastline of Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
This comes like all the way into here. That's like a 4 times size. So
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're not
dude.
preparing this, you wake up in the morning,
Oh,
you
yeah.
look at yourself.
Imagine fucking this guy when he has this hair, first of all.
my
Insane. And then you wake up the next morning to see what the hair looks like when it's not fucking perfumed and primed and prepped.
I thought you meant when he's just fucking you and it's
Oh
swooping
yeah, it's
around.
like it's like flowing behind him and glowing like fucking Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, it's
So-
getting tangled in your
yeah,
hair.
dude, it's like ridiculous.
Oh,
and so
man.
Anthony does not have the same trajectory as Ian because he went from this to this, and you
This
still
is-
look dumb.
you look like a broccoli.
You look like Little Richard. Did you get a perm, you weirdo?
Yeah, you
You
know
get cheek implants, dude? Come on. You're wearing a leather jacket over a Hawaiian shirt.
there's 2 types of people who used to get perms. One is someone who was gay in the 70s, okay?
And two,
2, someone who got too much pussy in the 70s.
boom.
That's it. You're neither one of these.
My mom got a perm once and she cried. She's like, that's not what I expected.
Oh, man.
So we can continue on because this
Okay.
is just like a brief kind of thing. So let's talk about gay clothes because
Sure.
like gay clothes, like this is like the other side of the negative of men's fashion here. This is what we're going after here. So you don't want to wear things like.
You love this.
Yeah,
photo.
and then go to the next one, go to the next one, and this is another example of gay clothes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, that's the end of the PowerPoint. I really have nothing else to say. I really just wanted to talk about like the guys who dress like young boys, but I got to.
Slam you real quick.
Oh, wow, dude. I mean, looks like a TMZ photo, doesn't it?
Yeah, of a guy that like raped Ashley Tisdale.
It is kind of like a the guy from that 70s show.
Yeah,
I forget his name. Danny Masterson kind of it's like they're catching him. You know when they always
Danny
catch
masturbates on children.
children on his son. This is kind of a photo when they catch a celebrity on like a really bad day.
Yeah, these are like the fat photos of Lana Del Rey that they came out with, and then she went on tour and she was the size of a stick bug.
Yeah. This is what is sending Michael into a fit.
Right.
To
You know what?
try
I
to
heard Michael's actually on Ozempic, so he doesn't have to pay $4 for an Airbnb in 2 months.
that makes sense. That's a good.
I can't wait to see his
plan.
abs. I want to snort a line off of him.
I know.
If he gets them, I'll eat a Caesar salad off your abs. You fucking.
You hear
jabroni.
that? You hear that, Michael? If you get abs,
James will eat a Caesar
Caesar
salad.
salad. And I almost added myself into that, but then James said James, so I am in the clear from that. But
Sure.
James, thank you for the update on men's fashion. That's bringing us near the end of the episode here. I guess the only thing left we have to do is show the video of our weigh-in.
Yeah.
This is our 2-week check-in. So for those of you who are following, 2 weeks ago, me and James started our weight loss journey together.
Yeah. How's it been going for you? What have you been doing to lose some weight?
I've just been counting my calories.
Okay.
1,
1, 2.
2. This is a little trick I've been doing for counting calories. There's an app where you can take a photo of what you're eating, and it tells you how many calories there are.
What is it?
I forget the name of it. I can tell you after the
Is it
podcast.
chronometer or whatever?
It's Chronon Hirschberg.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is my little secret. I'll have a salad and I'll take a picture of it.
Will you
After-
put your thumb over the fucking ranch dressing?
After I take the photo, I put my phone down. I move the salad. There's an Oreo cheesecake underneath. So I'm not even. It's not even counting those calories.
Fucking idiot app.
Yeah, you stupid. Imagine, dude.
Yeah, that's
Um,
really funny.
But yeah, so we'll put the video for that weigh-in right here. Hey.
Hey, thin patty on the come up.
Yeah, let's see.
Or we see ourselves in the mirror here. You want to go first? You want me to go
Yeah, I'll
first?
go first.
It's gone.
I'm gonna face it this time.
Yeah, I would face it just to see. Oh my god.
So if I lost
17 pounds? Alright, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
If you lost 17 pounds in 2 weeks.
You've lost about 5.
Why is mine? Did you lose 17
definitely didn't.
Because mine's like 5. That's like a normal amount. But like yours is crazy.
And now we're back.
And now we're back. Are we fatter?
Are we fatter? I don't know. Are we upset? Are we happy? Here's the thing. How much weight do you think you lost?
I don't think I've even hit 5 pounds yet. I'm really
Okay.
locked in by week 2. Week 1 was like kind of preparation zone. So I wonder if like I'm kind of like in the zone more now of like a constant weight loss and
Mm-hmm.
calorie deficit of things. Because I've been going ham. I run every day.
That's great.
I've been riding my bike and I've been like doing home workouts. I'm doing like an insane kind of circuit now to where I'm like, this is gonna like fall off me. I so desperately
Wow.
don't want to take my socks off on Patreon
That's great.
that like I will lose this weight. It will motivate me. And if we get on the scale and I'm the same weight, you're gonna come back next week and there's gonna be a different person next to you.
Like
You're gonna be like, is that Kylie Vincent next to me right now?
maybe that's what we need is Hans Kim to sexually assault
Oh,
you.
dude, Hans Kim, if you want to rape me, you can do that if it helps me lose 3 more pounds.
Uncle Laser is
Hans
a
Kim.
fag.
Uncle Laser is Hans Kim, dude.
if you did,
You heard it here
Kylie
first.
Vince. I have faith in you, dude. I think this one is going to be the check-in. I have a feeling I've lost 5 pounds. I think
Okay.
I have lost 5 pounds. I think I am going to have to step it up in this next thing
Okay.
too. But what has your diet been? Like, what have you been eating?
I've been doing no breakfast. I don't eat till afternoon. So
That's
I kind
good.
of like spend from like 8
Intermittent
p.m.
fasting.
the previous day till noon in the day I'm in not eating. So that's about like a 16-hour fast.
That's good.
Right. And then I'll do like very light protein heavy food. So it's either like a salad. I've eaten a couple Chipotles, no sour cream, just like some like different little like salsa on it and do shit like that. I'll split it in half when I go to work. I'll do like a corn tortilla, which is supposed to be more digestively better than like a gluten. So like my thing is like I'm cutting out like bread. I'm not eating sugar as much. But my thing that's been my whole entire young adult life is when I run, it doesn't matter what I eat. I'll just lose weight. So I've been like running 2 miles a day for like this entire week. The first week I didn't. I really just cut back on food and kind of like did like nice long walks, did some home workouts, and I was like, oh, if I really want to lose this weight, I really need to like lock in.
Yeah.
So like, but I do think that like putting my toe in the jacuzzi helped me put my whole rest of my torso in the jacuzzi of the second week.
Yeah,
I kinda,
yeah.
like, slow drifted into it to where now I feel like it's not such a drastic change.
Sure.
Because I don't want to leave the 6-week challenge and completely lose all the things that we've done. Like I would like to keep up some good habits.
I would like to keep the habits. I am literally going to kill myself, though, if I can't eat normal food anymore. Because, like, I've been going really hard on the diet to the point where it's like I'll eat an apple a day because I got to keep that fucking doctor away.
Dr. Laser.
By the way, if Kylie Vincent wanted to keep an Asian away from her, she should have been eating more apples.
Welcome to Morning Good.
But no, apples, chicken.
You should get a lot of vitamin B because those guys love A. They love getting A's in school.
Yeah.
That's not that funny.
I didn't even
It's okay.
warrant.
It's not that funny. It's not that funny.
It's been chicken, apples, and then
apples.
chicken apples, like just chicken apple, protein powder, like kind of shake thing.
Yeah.
And when I have my coffee, I do the same thing. I push it till noon. I wait till noon. No more sugar. I'll put a little bit of creamer in there, but I'm trying to wean off the creamer.
Right.
But it's been that, and then I'll ride my bike about 2.5 to 3 miles a day, and then which isn't like a lot on a bike.
Right.
I think that's like walking a mile or something.
Yeah. Like a good workout on my bike, to be honest, dude, is like 8 miles.
Yeah.
I'll do 4 miles someplace and then go back.
And then disc golf. I'll do the disc golf and walk that.
Because you're moving, you're walking, you're outside.
Yeah.
I think there is an element of like the mental game though. Like the act of proving to your body that you actually are serious about it, it will just start burning more fat to you.
I think so too. And I think it's like I've cut out I'm not eating any bread or any sugar.
Yeah.
So I think, although I did have tacos yesterday because I went out to dinner with my family, but family is gone now. I killed all of them. Now it's just weight loss time.
You've lost some weight by killing your family.
My family, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have
I met
to
your
see
dad.
here. You did meet my dad.
Thought he would be fat. I really was expecting fat dad for Patty.
No, he's not.
I really was like, oh. Like
He's
I
got
wasn't
like a
upset.
belly.
No, he looks like a normal older man. I was expecting
yeah.
like because you're like a bigger guy, not like weight wise, but like you look like you played football. I know you played baseball, but you do look like you played football. And I was like, oh, he's gonna have like a rotund father. And what's crazy is like your dad not fat at all. My dad actually weighs 0 pounds because he doesn't exist.
Because he's gone. He's a ghoul. Yeah, no, my I have more of like my uncle's build, which is like kind of a burlier.
Your chunkle?
But my uncle, who I have a similar build to, is he's like a phys ed teacher. So he's like he keeps it together.
Right. That's what I was expecting. It's like a more like
but he's got like bigger shoulders and stuff. But yeah, I'm
fat hog.
Big fat hog.
Uncle Hog. We call him Uncle Hog.
Welcome to Morning
We call him Uncle Squealer.
Well, so now we're okay. So we got the weights are in there. We're at the end of the episode, so we're gonna go into the Patreon. We have some fun stuff in the Patreon, some fun predictions for the new Mario Kart game, which is coming out. I'm gonna run those by James, and we're gonna have a reaction to that, and hopefully not an allergic reaction.
Oh, hopefully there's no pollen in this new
Yeah.
Mario Kart because I'll have an allergic.
But
reaction.
there might be a character pollen. You never know. But patreon.com/news from bed. We'll see you over there. And yeah, let us know anything about the podcast, what you want us to talk about, how you're doing in the weight loss challenge.
If you're with us, tell us how much weight you've lost.
Exactly.
In the first 2 weeks.
First 2 weeks, check in.
Listen, anything is progress. Whatever you got to do, it's a rolling stone down a hill. You're going to gather some moss. If you only lost 2 pounds, 3 pounds in the first 2 weeks, who knows? By week 4, you could have lost 10 pounds. It's all about adapting and adding things into it and really getting into the groove of things. So I really think if you really want to get into good shape, or maybe you're goal isn't to lose weight. Maybe your goal is like, I want to run 5 miles. Like, good. do
Yeah.
it. I'm working up. I started doing 1 mile a day. Now I'm at 2. Now I'm like working up. My pace is getting better. I'm doing like, I mean, I'm pretty slow at running, but like my pace started at like 16. Now I'm at like 14. I have like a 14-minute mile, which is like not great, but I'm like a big fat retard. So I'm trying my best.
You don't want to run too fast and scare people in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's running away from black people. There must be some black people. Well, thank you, News from Bed.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Good night.